So hello my brothers and sisters on the Dragon's Path. My name is Tim Heijen and join along with me in the Dragon Forest. That I call the Dragon Forest ever since I came to live here, because I used to live in the city amongst a lot of people and I didn't feel good with that. I didn't feel, they were so loud, they were everywhere and I just couldn't concentrate, even though it was in the city that I awakened with the dragon. But it was also there that I had, that I was pushed in the direction of the dragon. I have to be very honest, my brothers and sisters. It were actually people, humans, who pushed me in the directions of the dragon, because I felt so alone in this world that I just, when like I said before, I have some kind of, I've never been tested with it, but I know what it is. I know that I have a partial autism. I don't know if you can call it partial, some kind of a form of autism that I have. Of course, I'm not like everyone else, but a lot of people have this kind of autism that, like I said, this world doesn't belong to them. They don't belong here, and they call it some kind of an autism. And also, this is the first moment that I can say I was pushed in the direction of the dragon. Is autism something that can push you inside of spirituality? Sure, of course it is, because it pushes you to know who you really are. And of course, humanity, of course they are still animals. Humans are animals, they are still animals, and I experience them as animals. And if you are not part of the group, just like in every other kind of animal, if you have a different color or if you have a different kind of ideas, different kind of mind, then you are not part of the group. And I experienced that firsthand, my brothers and sisters, that I couldn't fit in with humanity. Even though I'm a 90s kid, you can say, and in the 90s it was the Wild West for my age, when I was 10 years old or even younger. And I couldn't fit it, even though I tried. Like I said, I tried, even though, but I was bullied to the extreme, my brothers and sisters. I was an easy target because I was a bit wider, and also because, I don't know, still to this day, my face reminds them, oh, this guy is not like everyone else. We have to give him a different kind of a treatment. Even to this day, because they can see that in my face. I don't know, but they feel it, like there is something different. And I have to, it's actually not laughing matter, because it scarred me, my brothers and sisters, a lot. And I know that a lot of people on the Dragon's Path are pushed in the same direction of the dragon because of the same thing. After a while I was so tired, I was so sick and tired of this, that I growed a hatred, even though I tried to be like them much more, but I failed all the time and I was bullied all the time. And there was even one kid that I still remember to this day, when I was 10 years old or something like this. He said to me, that I still remember, they call me a lot of animal names, like you are like a fat whale, or you are like a stupid cow, or you are. One kid that really didn't like me, really hated me for, I don't know what I ever did to him, but he didn't like my face at all. And he said, you ugly dragon. And that stayed with me, because there was sometimes when people say the name dragon, we, my brothers and sisters, are immediately triggered. And that is why I was triggered at that moment, that he called me an ugly dragon. And actually I was not at all, insulted at all. It was much more like, he knows who I am. But not, I of course didn't know about the dragons at all, but I was immediately triggered. People see like the form of autism like some kind of a disease that you don't have all there, that you are not like, that you don't have the intelligence. Well, my brothers and sisters, I created 2 books. Because of you, of course, I have a lot of friends now, a lot of people on the Dragon's Path. And of course I learned how to behave like humans after all these years. I learned how to do so. And because of this, I have also a lot of friends at my job because of this. And I'm actually not alone anymore. But back in the day, my God, I created such a hate, my brothers and sisters, that after a while, I started to collect skulls, my brother, not real skulls, but Halloween skulls and plastic skulls and plaster skulls, and if it reminds me of humans dead, that is just it. I just want to see them dead. They are so much more silent when they are dead. I don't want to hear them anymore, but every day I was still forced to be with them, and I hated that. The only thing that I wanted to see from them is their skulls, and that is the reason why I collected skulls, my brothers and sisters. And I love to see horror movies where they died. I mean, I was so filled with hate, my brothers and sisters, filled. But then in 2005, when I still had these skulls, I was awakened, my brothers and sisters, in 2005. Like I said, and I blamed actually a bit what is happening. Am I really going crazy? Because, of course, like I said, autism doesn't mean that you're crazy. It means that you're different. And especially we are. But I was awakened, and I was with the dragon. Actually, the dragon actually made me respond that all of these skulls, all of this death, it's not who I am. I love life, actually. I love life. I love animals. I love life itself. I speak against death. Why collecting death if you speak against death? That is actually something that the dragon made me know. Why collecting death if you don't love it? So I replaced all of these skulls and just put it on Halloween display on Halloween itself, and then I replaced them with images and statues of dragons. Now my house is filled with dragon imagery, with paintings, with drawings, with images, with statues, with everything of the most beautiful. Not every dragon, of course. I mean, I saw a dragon, for example, on a motorcycle. I don't want that. It's so human. And that is what I don't want. I don't want anything to do with humans, because it seems that I'm not one of them. And I accepted that, because they always called me animal names, always called me something different than humans. And after a while, and especially once I was awakened, I accepted that, what humans always called me. And especially what this one bully said to me, this ugly dragon that I was. But I was actually secretly proud of what he just said, because in my eyes there are no ugly dragons. Dragons are the most angelic, beautiful, pure beings in ever existence of life, of this earth, or even beyond that. Because he thought he was insulting me, but in fact I was not, even though I was even a bit more awakened, because like I said, if the name dragon triggers us. But yeah, there are a lot of actually people who have also a form of autism, you can say, and people who demonize autism so much. There is even a priest in America that says that autism is actually a possession of demons. My brothers and sisters, a possession of dragons is not a demonic possession, and it doesn't mean that the dragon has everything to say about you. But is it something spiritual? It can push you into something spiritual. It can push you into who you really are, and the reason why you have this, condition. But it's nothing at all like a disease or something like this. Even though I forced myself so much to be much more like humans, and I managed to do so. People see my face and they immediately say like, "Oh my goddess, they don't say goddess. I say that, but they say immediately like, this guy is all dressed in black," because that is what I did once I was awakened. I was dressed in all black, but I responded as human as possible. So if they responded to me like, oh, should I talk to this guy? And I talk first, and I talk like everyone else. I learned how to mimic them. I learned it. And all of these 19 years, I do it all along. Even though it's not me, I always have to put some kind of a mask on, a human mask. But I managed to do so for 19 years. In the beginning it was suffocating, in the beginning it was difficult, but it's a part of the dragon's path, my brothers and sisters, to be much more like them and at the same time to be on the side of the dragon. And actually, my brothers and sisters, I might be an ugly dragon, and I'm very proud of that. And this ugly dragon is actually trying to talk about the other dragons and saying that you as well, my brothers and sisters, are the most beautiful dragon. You are the most beautiful dragon here everywhere. I mean, and you have the most beautiful dragon by your side. The most beautiful dragoness being called Tiamat, also by your side. The dragon god as well, the most beautiful of them all. There is no ugly dragon. There are only beautiful dragons. And one of those dragons is with you. My brothers and sisters, be blessed.